Welcome to the stage, Alexander James Adams. A big round of applause.
Thank you. All right. Bwahaha. How many of you here don't know much about me? Oh, good. So you're all, well, a few of you. All right. Well, usually when I introduce this song, or I have a big long story that I tell of the Celtic fairy kind, of a changeling who comes back to the land of Fae, because changelings are creatures that are in replacement of human children. And she gets tired of mortal kind and goes back to the land of Fairy and duels with the fairy queen and makes the fairy queen look bad. It's a redhead thing, that's what they do. And then she waltzes back to the land of humans, because that's what redheads do. And I tell this story because it's a magical way of explaining the truth about things, but sometimes truth is more magical. And here in Texas Furry Fest, I feel a little bit more emboldened to be able to explain that yes, indeed, Heather Alexander was a fiddle player and a changeling in her own right who sang Celtic music and played songs of magic and fairy tales. And she, it's not so much that she got bored with humankind, but after a while, you actually have to admit to who you really are. And so she and I made an agreement. And about almost 15 years ago, Heather did one final concert and disappeared, never to be seen again. And yours truly replaced her. So the truth of it is that she had a song about playing against the fairy queen to free her lover. And I have a song very similar to it. I call it He of the She, and it's how I claim myself back to the land of mortals. So you have something similar. It's Devil Goes Down to Limerick or something like that. By winter's light on solstice night I watched the wild hunt go. With silver bells and savage yells my frozen heart laid low. I watched them ride to the mortal side, but I never tried to leave. I'd been self-banned to fairyland, forever there to grieve. Ooh. I can't believe I've just forgotten all the words. This is terrible. I'll tell you what. I'll just go to a different song until I remember the lyrics, shall I? This is a favorite song of mine. Yes, my mother was British, but my father was Kansas City, Missouri. He used to bug his little eyes out and say, "You're an American, don't you ever forget it." So I decided I'd do a little Americana folklore for him. And my favorite American folktale is Ichabod Crane's Sleepy Hollow. Walk walking through the town in a fancy learned way. Talk is going round and now we're betting you won't stay. The horseman's after glory and your head you cannot keep if you don't believe the stories when the hollow is asleep. Such a tasty morsel, but you cannot have her yet. Don't act and haste her close because she's someone else's pet. Teacher, I beseech you now to try to keep your head. Don't tumble with Van Tassel in a fluffy feather bed. The girl's mine. Oh, Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? The horseman rides a stallion, it's as black as winter's night. Courses through the valley in attempt to get us fried. If you think of the night strolling, better think upon it twice. Your head'll go a-rolling just as smooth as loaded dice. Ooh, snake eyes. Oh, Ichabod Crane, don't go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? Now don't you be forgetting that they say he cannot fail. Not a soul who's met him and has lived to tell the tale. He'll decapitate you quick and dead and never show remorse. He'll gather up your severed head and feed it to his horse. That's real brain food. Oh, Wilbur. Oh, Ichabod Crane, go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? So if you're out at evening and you see a head aflame, too late to stop believing you have just yourself to blame. Your safety lies within a chance that only happens when you hastily cross the covered bridge and not return again. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, Ichabod Crane, go riding tonight. There's a bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod Crane? Ichabod Crane, go riding tonight. A bright bloody staining on the pale moonlight. Bullfrog crying out a wicked refrain. Are you listening to him singing Ichabod, Ichabod, Ichabod Crane? Ichabod, 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 Ichabod Crane. Ichabod Crane. Oh, apparently I'm having one of those sometimer disease problems today. Get off my lawn. I'm older than you think. All right, is there a Fox Amore out there in the audience yet? Oh, he's going to stand me up. That's because I have your guitar. No, that's not true. He's here because he loves me, as opposed to some other characters that we won't mention because they're not here. I mean, I could do another song and see if he shows up, till he shows up. Well, you know, we were just talking about frogs, so let's do a frog song. That was one of the fun things. A long time ago, when animal totems were big, people were running around, they're like, oh, what's your animal totem? And I said, what's an animal totem? And they're like, well, it's something that, you see in your dreams, or it speaks to you, or it shows up every time you're somewhere. And, I said, well, what's yours? Well, mine's a tiger, mine's a wolf, I'm an eagle, blah, ha, ha, all these big, scary, wonderful animals. And I said, well, do they have a totem for something like really small and perhaps insignificant, like a frog? And turns out that frog is a very, very important animal medicine. The frog is the one that determines purity of the land. And I thought, well, that kind of makes sense to me, because I'm one of those people that absolutely hates liars. I like purity. So I like frogs. And here I was in California in the summer, and there wasn't any rain, but I was in the fog in the forest, and so the water was dropping off the trees like rain was. And I was driving down Night Road, and I had to come to a dead stop because going along the road was a little frog, and I wasn't going to hit him. And I thought, there's a happening frog in the summer rain. And I thought, that's kind of the sound of a good little bluegrass tune. Doesn't have to make any sense. Bluegrass is just for fun. So this is my little bluegrass happening frog song. Happening frog in the summer rain, munching on flies and he can't complain. Calling Mr. Raccoon, are you still there? Yoo-hoo! And he's answered back by the tortoise and hare. Hey, how you doing? Singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Happening frog and he's singing a song. Wah, wah, wah. Making up words as he hops along, just like I do. Finally sees Mr. Red Raccoon. Oh, hi. And together they make up a dandy tune. Green sleeves, singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Happening frog and he's hitching a ride, showing a little frog leg. Gets picked up by the ocean tide. Nice tattoo, sailor. The waves, they chole him out to sea. But he can swim better than you or me. Cowabunga hanging 8, woo! Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Happening frogs caught by a bird. Oh no! Screaming so loud Mr. Raccoon heard. Help me! Mr. Raccoon comes then to settle the score. Hey, put him back, 'cause that's what the froggy's friends are for. No, don't drop me, whoa! Singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Woohoo! That was close. Good thing I can hop. Happening frog singing in the rain. Wah, wah, wah. Mr. Raccoon's got a new refrain. Wah, wah, wah. Together they're joined by the tortoise and hare. And there never was a summer night so fair. Singing, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Hey, hey, what do you say? Let's all dance on the summer's day. Thank you. Now, it just happens that a certain individual, Mr. Foxamore, just showed up. Would you come up here and join me with this song? We've been doing this song a long time together, and if you stick around for the rest of the weekend, Fox and Pepper have a great show tomorrow night. What time is it at?
9 o'clock
9
9 o'clock for Banthro and 11 o'clock for the After Dark show.
And yeah, we all have a habit of like joining him and taking over his show whenever possible. And Banthro exists because we all just kind of descended upon Fox and said we wanted
Just
a band.
at the same place at the same time.
But this is one of the songs we've done together, and it's. Did you put this one on your Patreon at all?
I might have done, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's on mine.
I think I did for a while.
And this was written by my dog. I kid you not, I had to write a song about Irish wolfhounds for a story, a book that I was doing a related album to, and I had a Jack Russell instead. And so I put a gray bath mat on him, put him on stilts. It didn't work. I finally gave up. I said, just sit on my lap. And I looked into his brown button eyes, and I said, if you were to swear an oath of fealty, and he being a service dog of mine, I said, what would you swear? What are the words that you would swear? And darned if this guy doesn't write a better love song than I could ever think of doing. So this is Tycho's song, and Fox will help me. I can feel your heart burning with tears that you hide. I will walk with you, ever close by your side. I will guard you at night and alert you to harm, and will snuggle up tight just to keep us both warm. Lay your hand on my head as the firelight dies, and believe what I've said, for this love never lies. I'll inspire you to laugh, I'll release you to cry. I'm the strong, silent half of what we unify. I will give you my heart if you give me your hand, and it never will part. Once beside you I stand. Lay your hand on my head as the firelight dies, and believe what I have said, for this love never lies. If it's courage you seek, I am yours to command. I don't outwardly speak, but I still understand. Through your joy and your strife, I'll attempt any task. I will lay down my life. All you need to do is ask. Lay your hand on my head as the firelight dies, and believe what I've said, for this love never lies. Lay your hand on my head as the firelight dies, and believe what I've said, for this love never lies. This is the amazing Fox Humor, who can make a child's toy sound awesome. That's what I love about this man.
I gotta go to another show, though.
Yeah, he's got to run. He's got to run to definitely run. I'll be joining you later at the end of their show. We're all over the place. Like I said, it's a musician thing. We can't help it. We hear somebody playing, we have to go join them. So, let's see. My voice is a little heavy today, so we'll try this next one. It's been a heck of a week. I've been in different hospital office visits all week long, so I think part of it's just that the anesthetics haven't quite left my brain. They're good things, but they kind of stick with you for a while. So this is a song from long, long ago. Heather created this song. It's taken me many years to get back to where I could sing it the way she did. But it's not a frog, but they do live in the water. Ooh, let the wind fill your sail. Ooh, good weather to prevail. Thus call all the voices of the sea, to which whose spell not a sailor can be free. The ship was called the Golden Swan. When it came to port, not a man was on, and none knew where they'd gone. They'd sailed through a pass of jagged rocks, upon which a fair-haired maiden combed her locks. She got a tail tangled in a cord, and to help her, every sailor jumped off board. Sailor, sailor, help me free. Your trusted lover I will be, if you'll just believe in me. They swam in a sea as warm as mother's milk, caressed by hands as sweet and soft as silk. They gazed in eyes that sparkled through the sea. Oh, sailor, sailor, come make love to me. Come gambol through the raging tide. Swim forever by my side on the waves as one will ride. Castle lay within a golden bed of sunken treasure from the drowned dead. Oh, sailors, all this gold is yours one day, if only you believe in what we say. Never question what you do. Your life, it will remain with if you'll just believe we're true. They dined on fish and drank of bottled wine, and danced with the mermaids through the salted brine. This wonderland was too much to believe. And with that thought, the sailors found they couldn't breathe. They tried to swim up to the sky. They found the towering waves too high. And the mermaids began to cry. Very easy to walk from the water to the woods. And there, in that wood, you'll hear the sound of pipes. Don't follow. You'll never be seen again. I am a creature of the wood, forsaken in my solitude. My song is pleasure, and as pain, my song can drive a man insane. So come with me, my pipes are play, and we will dance till break of day. I shall be thy lover. I've been alive since time began, not beast, not God, and yet not man. I am the music and the dance. I am the piper who enchants. Sorrow's soft ties to mortal kind. My pipe shall play within thy mind. I shall be thy lover. Come unto me, my beauteous maid. I'll lead thee to the hidden glade. Thou shalt be happy and be free. When I play, thou wilt dance for me. We'll feast on fruit fresh from the vine, and I will sample the fruits of thine. I shall be thy lover. Sweet love I'll make for thee alone, and show thee sights before unknown. I'll be thy master and thy friend, for I'm the gold that rainbows, and I am the beast within all man. I am the rhyme past mortal can. I shall be thy lover. La 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 I've played my pipes before man's dawn, See maidens ripe turn pale and warm. Taught man the art of song and dance, yet had to part from mortal glance. I must return to silent death. No fire burns, nature dwells. So take thy rest within shade, and as the evening hours fade, I'll take thee deeper in the glade. My cloven hoofs through heather wade, I'll teach thee things man has forbade. Muscles into wide and unafraid, I shall be thy lover. Ha ha! La 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 I am a creature of the wood, forsaken in my solitude. My song is pleasure and is pain. My song can drive a man insane. So come with me, my pipes I'll play, and we will dance till break of day. I shall be thy lover. Thank you. I have a couple newer-ish albums out. Shameless plug. Time for the shameless plug. And we're right outside. Fox and Pepper and I, we're right outside the dealer's den. So on your way there to the den, you can stop off and say hi to us. The newest album I have came out rather quick. I needed an album quickly. I'm involved in a little bit of legal problems. It's called divorce. Anyway, it's being expensive, and I needed an album yesterday. And so I took a lot of my Patreon pieces and beefed them up, made them sparkle, made them album worthy, and I put them on an album, and I coupled them with a bunch of songs that I had, and most of them were about dragons. And this particular one comes from my experience, a very brief experience, living in Wisconsin. I had never been to Wisconsin. I'd been a West Coaster all my life. Never really understood weather, because in California, where I was born, there really wasn't any. So when I get to Wisconsin, I moved there in October, right at the time something called a polar vortex showed up. The snow stayed until May. And after experiencing it, because I'm an animal rescuer and keeper, and I had outdoor animals, going out 3 times a day to crack the water buckets, and it was freezing while I'm cracking it, I got to experience all the different kinds of snow, and now I know why Eskimos have so many names for it. But the one I thought was the most beautiful is the one, and it literally, when you see in the movies, where the whole air is just sparkling, with just like a really beautiful little fairy sparkle. That is not necessarily just something they did to make the film look pretty. That actually does happen. There's a type of snow that is so fine and so fair, it just fills the air with crystal. Beautiful, but it usually is so cold it'll kill you. So, yeah, one of those things, it's beautiful, but it'll kill you. So I thought, what a lovely song that I could write for a winter dragon. So this is called Winter's Tooth. of sharpened ice. Breath that through your skin will slice. Scales of snow that glitter white, sun-filled eyes of blinding light. Mine the task to cleanse the world, cold unleashed and wind unfurled, to strip the land of harvest fall and bring about the end to all. Rending way for spring's new youth by death and sleep and winter's tooth. Bow your head, avert your eyes, shield your ears to winter's cries. I show no mercy, favor none, all shall fall when I am done. Time goes on as seasons turn, suns cannot forever burn. Day must always yield to night, darkness follows close to light. Rending way for spring's new youth by death and sleep and winter's tooth. Burn your fires, burn them high, eventually the flames will die. Embrace my touch, for only then will all things fall to rise again. Claws and horns of sharpened ice, breath that through your skin will slice. Scales of snow that glitter white, sun-filled eyes of blinding light. Rending way for spring's new youth by death and sleep and winter's tooth. Rending way for spring's new youth by death and sleep and winter's tooth. All right, I think it's time for a fiddle tune. Let's see if I can get this off. It's kind of tangled somehow. I think it's tangled in my antlers or something. Something? Yep. You know, just take the whole darn thing off. There we go. Ha! Oh no, he lost his antlers. There we go. Sorry, guys. Too much fancy stuff. All right, so I said that I rescue animals and play with animals. Recently I've had to move, and so I don't have as many as I used to. At one point I had over 50 animals to care for on a daily basis. And my animals are a great source of inspiration. And there was one time, there's 3 different fiddle tunes that have all been inspired by my fur children. The first one was trying to teach a dog to chase the chickens into the chicken house at night. And we had this hot wire so about this far above the ground with an opening about this wide that they could go through and get in. And we did that to keep most of the predators from just running in and getting into the chicken house. It was just kind of a little extra protection. Won't work on a raccoon, they don't care. So I was trying to teach Misty how to chase the chickens in. And ever so often she'd get very excited about it, and she'd try to herd the chickens. It's a healer, she's one of those good healer dogs, but she'd get too excited and wouldn't aim the chicken right, and the chicken would hit the hot wire, and the feathers would go flying. So I realized that we were slogging through the mud and chasing the chickens, and they were blowing up on the hot wire, and this inspired this first song called Chickies in the House, and if you listen carefully, you'll hear the chickens hit the hot wire. The second tune was inspired by a little African Senegal parrot that I used to have. He's about yay tall, maybe like about the size of a Coke can. And the thing about parrots, if you know anything about parrots, a happy parrot is a noisy parrot. And I'm trying to practice my violin. And he's out there going, bah, 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 bah. He's like, and I'm like, oh. And so finally I stopped playing and I thought, how are you going to like it, Birdie? You're always imitating me. What happens if I imitate you? And so after about an hour and a half, we'd written a song together. It's called Napoleon's Rant. And you'll hear basically a rotten little parrot just squawking on it, talking to itself and yelling. And the third song, there again, I don't know how I ever got to learn to play violin and practice because my animals are harsh critics. And I had this little tiny kitten named Duncan. And Duncan was very sensitive to sound. As a matter of fact, if you whistled a song or you sang a song, when you stopped, he would continue singing along in making up the melody, but in the same key, in the same rhythm. I kid you not, this actually happened. This cat was very, very smart that way. So I'm practicing, and he would, as a little kitten, he'd run back and forth in front of my feet, and he'd stop and he'd go, like this with a little kitten noise that he made. And they'd go back and forth, run, like this. And then all of a sudden, he starts running over to the door. And he starts running up the side of the door, kind of like Fred Astaire does, you know? And I'm like, what are you doing? And I keep practicing, and I'm watching him get higher and higher and higher up the door until he's far enough up the door, he can smack at the sign that we had pasted right outside the door that said, please don't let the cats outside. And the moment he knocked it off the wall, he went running over to the window that was open for the spring air and started yelling out the window, help, help, he's got a fiddle and he won't stop playing. It's a wonder I can get anything done. So that tune was inspired by Duncan, and it's called Duncan's Dance. So we'll start with Chickies in the House, Napoleon's Rant, and Duncan's Dance. Let's see what else we've got here. We'll try this again. This is like all... I'm scared. Scary. Scary. I think that's right. There we go. This is too heavy. And I'm going to put it down here because I don't think it'll fall that way. Be less like, hold on a second. Let's do this. I'll tell you, I thought that leaving Fairyland would be a great thing. The little rat bastards followed me. And they like to play with my gear. Have a professional do it. There we go. That's good. Thank you. Can you give these guys a big hand? Because I'll tell you, the thing is, what they don't tell you is back there they have a great big red button that says suck on it. They can push that suck button at any time and we could just disappear. So, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't sound half as good as we do. At least that's my belief. All right. So, let's see. Back in the 80s, I was young and I wanted to write a protest song. But what do you write for protest in the perfect land of the 80s? Well, there was a big craze, and they had taken one of my favorite mythical creatures, and they dolled it up, and they put rainbows on its butt, and they were selling it for lots of money. Now, this is a magical creature, and it's a very fierce creature. As a matter of fact, it's a symbol of a country that is attached to another one. Yeah, in Britain, the lion and the unicorn. The lion is England, and the unicorn is Scotland. And, yeah, there's a shield between them for a reason. They're both very, very powerful creatures. But like I said, here they are. They're taking this wonderful, fierce animal, they're putting rainbows on its bottom and making it cute and selling it for lots of money. That was my protest. So I decided I would write a song about a unicorn that wasn't cute, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't white. And if you gave it a child, it would probably eat it. I am he that knocks on your window pane. I am he that stalks the night. I am he with silver shot through my mane. You'll dream of me with fire eyes bright. If you ever meet me standing there, you'll wish that you were never born. I'll seize your soul and strip it bare. I am the black unicorn. I'm in trouble, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm stuck. All right. Sometimes you just have to work with what you're given. Like I said, it's a fierce protest song. Take my word for it. Oh, there we go. I got it. Teeth sharp as daggers, cool in the snow, and hooves that burn through the ground. Follow me not where I'd lead you to go, for then your soul will be devil bound. There is but one who rides my back and keeps his soul ever free. His heart is cold and will not crack, and he is as cursed as me. Now I'll tell you why I stumbled on those lyrics. Because here's my protest song. And you think you're big and you're bad. There's always somebody bigger and badder than you. Yeah. Case in point was a parody writer. by the name of Bob Konevsky. And he took my protest song and he tweaked just a few words. And it took me 7 years to be able to sing them back to back, and now I apparently have lost that ability. But he took my protest song and he said, "Ha, do you think you got something scary? I'll give you something to be afraid of." I am he that knocks on your window pane. I am he that haunts your days. I am he that maidens once sought in vain, long dead and now the latest craze. When you get letters from your friends, each page of them I will adorn. My reign of cuteness never ends. I am the white unicorn. Woo-hoo! Be very afraid. My coat is white as the purest snow. My face is too cute to hide. Prison me not in that box with a bow. I'm scared it may be dark inside. Oh, what a cruel blow you have dealt. You gave me to a child of 3. Her heart's too pure and will not melt. And she is as cute as me. I am he that stuck to a candy cane, off-white with a bright blue patch. I am he with chocolate smeared through my mane. By gosh, I think I met my match. How could you leave me in her care, so mistreated and forlorn? Her grubby hands clenched in my hair, one shabby white unicorn. Oh, goodness. Let's see. This is a song about another kind of horse. This is a magical creature. It roams the hills of Oxfordshire in England. I've actually visited it. I bear the mark of it here on my shoulder for that very reason. I went to go visit the Uffington horse in England. And the thing about it is that when I went on my England tour, I wanted to see all the magical places that there are. And if anybody charges you for magic, don't pay them, because you don't need to. Magic is free. You just have to know how to see it when it's right there in front of you. Use a little fairy vision. I can teach you. But this song is about all the magical places that I went, all the magical things that I did. Everything I mention is true. You just have to look at it from a side view. So, where ancient walls of castle halls resound with voice and string, we'll journey there where on the air the chords of magic ring, where welcome notes come from the throats of friendship soon to be, and songs will grace a mystic place, enchanting you and me. We'll run the course from Stonehenge up to Uffington. On a white chalk horse we'll ride. No fear have I of fairy sprite, a mortal man if you are by my side. If you are by my side. We'll travel round far underground where shadows dance and run, in tunnels deep where goblins sleep and never see the sun, where darkness seems alive with screams of banshee on the fly. Hot wind will send your hair on end when dragons pass you by. We'll run the course from Stonehenge up to Uffington. On a white chalk horse we'll ride. No fear have I of fairy sprite, a mortal man if you are by my side. If you are by my side. still the one true horse remains, protected there by those who care against the winds and rains, and standing where thankful prayer is said by you and me. Our humble quest is greatly blessed by ancient mystery. We'll run the course from Stonehenge up to Huffington on a white chalk horse. We'll ride, no fear have I of fairy sprite, a mortal man, if you are by my side, if you are by my side. And now I roam on Windsor home and think of what I've learned, of ancient bones and standing stones, how dragon fires burned, of ladies nine and magic sign and travels made by chance, while under me I think I see the 9 white horses dance. We'll run the course from Stonehenge up to Huffington on a white chalk horse. We'll ride, no fear have I of fairy sprite, a mortal man, if you are by my side, if you are by my side. We'll run the course from Stonehenge up to Huffington on a white chalk horse. We'll ride, no fear have I of fairy sprite, a mortal man, if you are by my side, if you are by my side, if you are by my side, yes, you are by my side. There we go. It's close enough. I got time for probably 2 more, and then I'll have to run hopping. This is a sacred song to me in the respect that in the Celtic mythology, the goddess of the green wood has a consort who appears in the form of a white stag, and of course that is now my official fursona. And so I sing this song for my lady who is way back in Redmond, Washington. She is my goddess of the green wood. So this is the song of the dance of the hoof and horn. Wild and warm and wet and green walks the goddess when she's ready. Shadow lit and seldom seen, saved by eyes so wide and steady. He raises up his antlered head, sends her gentle breathing, rises from his forest bed with blood that's hot and seething. She steps across the fern-laid floor, her kirtle green and flowing. He follows closely, yet no more is done without a knowing. She meets up with the river's edge, turns about with outstretched hand. He leaps across the bramble hedge, bows his head at her command. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Let me lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, Colonel Green so gently torn, as we dance the dance of the hoof and horn. Hoof to foot and horn to hand, they dance amongst the ages. Silver tine and ivy strand, the magic sought by mages. Stars of sweat upon the brow, heavy breath upon the breeze. All the trees are spinning now with a wild enchanted melody. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Let me lead you through my forest home. Lay you down in soft pine loam. Kirtle green so gently tall on as we dance the dance of the hoof and horn. As the dawn begins to crack, she smiles at him so sweetly, climbs up on his velvet back, her kirtle torn completely. He speeds throughout the tangled wood, leaps across the river's foam, to lay her gently as he would upon the softly scented lawn. Lord of woods and meadows wide, I feel a wound you've tried to hide. Let me gaze into your soul, help you to be sound and whole. I'll place my love within your heart, and thus for me you'll never part. Though hoof and horn are sharp and hard, my snow-white pelt is hunter-scarred. For I've been sought for strength and power, and should have perished this last hour. But all wounds heal when they are held within your hand, great goddess of the wooded land. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Let me lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, kirtle green so gently, gently, gently. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, kirtle green so gently torn, as we dance the dance of the hoof and horn. Hoof and horn, hoof and horn, dance the dance of hoof and horn. Thank you. These must be new strings. We tune this because I've got one song, but it's really important that this one's in tune. And I can talk to you a little bit about this while I'm tuning. This last song is not any mythology. As I said in the very beginning, sometimes the most magical thing is reality. And this song is very, very real, as was the reason it was written. Because last year, remember I said something about being in legal troubles. I had some bad ones, and I needed help. And I put out a call on Facebook, and within 3 days, I had what I needed. And it was all because of you guys. And the amount of support and love and just wonderful, wonderful magic was overwhelming. And I had to write this song. And I write it and I sing it now for pretty much all of you. Because kind of like Tinkerbell, if you don't applaud, I don't exist. So there we go. You see, somewhere in here is there it is. Too many pockets. But yeah, so this song is for all of you out there. And it's something to remember because it's not really, I mean, yes, this particular one happened to me, but it can happen to anyone. And there are people out there that care. So don't ever forget. If you call out in the dark and wait, chances are you have to listen sometimes pretty close. They might be pretty far away, but I've always believed that there was someone out there listening. I've never been proven wrong so far. Let me relay how I came to my own. Dark was that day when I stood all alone, learning that the world wasn't fair, realizing some folk won't care, reaching out for love that I thought would be there, but then finding no meat on that bone. So I called out into dark, lonely night, casting about when there flashed something bright, coming at me swiftly and true, moving faster than I could view, taking on the form that I saw to be you as you rushed in to offer your lies. One by themselves may yet fall before dawn, but many together are stronger than one. You gave me your hand, and I started to rise. All through this land I could see with your eyes faces of those standing for me, offering all that they could be, gathering in force so that I could be free of the pain and the stress and the lies. One by themselves may yet fall before dawn, but many together are stronger than one. Now I can stand and go forth on my way, knowing the grandness of a love every day. Even though we never may meet, we will never fall to defeat. Battles may be lost by the need to retreat, but our strength will continue to stay. One by themselves may yet fall before dawn, but many together are stronger than one. You raised me up and held my head high. Together we proved that the magic can't die. The struggle remains, but from there we won't run. When we are united, I am stronger than one. Stronger than one. Stronger than one. Thank you for Fiesta. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, if not later tonight, somewhere around. I'm going to run off and be with Run, Definitely Run at the very end of their show. Fox and I are going to hang out there, and then we'll be outside the dealer's room tomorrow and on Sunday and whenever, and hopefully I'll see you. And if I don't, I'm assuming it's because you're having a great time at this absolutely fantastic con. It's my favorite one ever. So enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.